People will do the shadiest things and everyone knows about it. And everyone's fine with it. They're not fine with it. They talk about it behind their backs and I can't believe they do that. That's so unethical, that's so mean, that's so cruel. But then you see them at a party and they're your best friend. And hey guys, so first off, yes, I'm wearing the same outfit as my last video. Your girl's got a bulk film, she's a busy gal. But if you're watching this, as it's uploaded or after, it will mean the same thing. I've left London. And also, by the time you're watching this, I've also left LA because I leave LA in 4 days now and I'm not upset about that at all. When I left though, a bunch of you were asking me why I left. And the realest answer is my visa expired. So it's really not that complicated. So sorry for the clickbait, but here are the reasons why I was so glad to leave London, and that is a sentence I never thought I would ever say. If you followed me for a while, I've been living in London on and off for about 8 years now.
Hey guys, so I'm currently in Heathrow Airport.
When your heart and your mind and your soul and everything, your entire life that you want to be living is on the other side of the world, it's shit.
Today I'm off to London, which is hell's exciting. England's always felt like home to me, and I can't really describe it because I've moved around a lot and it's the one place where I'm like, yep, that makes sense for me. That's where I see my future, that's where I feel at home. It's just, I really like it. I'm so excited to come back. And it's where my life has been. It's where all my friends have been. It's where my career was. It's where I saw my future. It's been where a lot of people I've dated have been. London is like so central to my adult life that it's ridiculous. Anyway, I lived there for the last 2 years of my life and I never focused on these bad elements while I was there because I'm very much of the mindset of like, if you can't change it, don't fixate on it. There's no point. And if you don't like London for these reasons, for any other reasons, just leave. And that's said with like a big old pinch of privilege right in there. But if you can leave and you find yourself in any situation where you're unhappy, I don't know, I recommend getting out of there. Anyway, when I was in London, I didn't fixate on these things because I didn't think it would be healthy to. It's just gonna make you be unable to enjoy your time while you're there. But as soon as I knew for sure that I was leaving, we flicked a little switch in my head and suddenly I could only focus on a few of these things. So there are 3 points: lifestyle, food, but I'm gonna go into that real in depth, and social life or friendship circles. Oh, she's getting juicy in the video. First up, lifestyle. Look, if you have a well-paying job in London, I'm sure it's great. I'm sure you're having a fantastic time. But it was just wild to me, like how much, firstly, rent was. I was paying £500 a month for one room that was essentially the size of my bed, like a little bit on either end. It was obviously in the corner, but a little bit on either end. Not much storage space in zone 3, and it was like a 5-bedroom house. I'm sharing with a lot of people in a really not great neighborhood. Like someone got stabbed to death around the corner from our house. And that sort of stuff just happens quite often. But the thing that kind of blew my mind is that like that sort of living condition does not happen in Australia. I've just stayed in places in Australia when I was at university that were so dirt cheap. I don't remember exactly how much it was right now, but it was something around like $170 a week, maybe even 150. So that's like 600 bucks a month. And that was one room with a lot of floor space, like room around my room to do things. 4-bedroom house, still like a little bit out of the way, but like a similar location to my place in London. I don't know, I feel like the living standards that you get in London, they just don't happen elsewhere. And that, I don't know, maybe I'm a snob, maybe I'm a little princess, but it doesn't, it's not my scene. I don't know, I miss having nice housing. And also to like pay for the housing, you have to work jobs that don't pay you that much. So when I was in London, I worked retail for a while, then I had one fantastic job at the start of my career, and then I had a second not so fantastic job right after that and up until when I left. When I was working in retail, I would work 6 or 7 days a week. There was a point where I worked 5 weeks straight with a single day off. 1 day off. It was Christmas Day. Like, I don't know how I did that. And that was when I was having to job hunt full time as well. And I was never eating out. I never got takeaway. Admittedly, I did get to travel a little bit when my girlfriend came to visit. So during that time, I took one trip to Romania, which is a really cheap place, by the way. But it was wild. When I first got my first job in my field, I was still working weekends. And this is someone with like a degree and is working in like her actual career sort of thing. And then my second job in my field, which admittedly was like it was a sketchy situation anyway, but I was getting paid below minimum wage. Someone with 9 months of experience in her field, has studied all the stuff, is fantastic at her job if I do say so myself, getting paid below minimum wage. And not only that, I was commuting 2 hours a day. And also like your health would go down because you don't have time to cook and you can't afford healthy food. And I love London, I really do, but I want to go back when I have money. I want to go back when I can live somewhere where my commute is under an hour, somewhere that's paying me enough so that I don't stress about buying food on my lunch break or going out for dinner, going out for drinks. I never went out. I just never went out because I couldn't afford it. And the second one is food, specifically sandwiches. Oh my God, I'm so sorry for the sandwiches rant. Everyone who knows me in real life has heard the sandwiches rant. Why is it filling me with rage right now? The only food that England knows how to do is sandwiches. They are everywhere. When I worked my second job, it was like a little bit in outer London, so I called it Not London. So when I worked in Not London, if I wanted to get food on my lunch break as a vegan, my options were Costa, which sold sandwiches, or Pret, where they only sell sandwiches, or Subway, where they only sell sandwiches, or go get a meal deal from Tesco, or Sainsbury's, or M&S, or Waitrose, which sell, would you guess it, sandwiches. And not only that, they put things in sandwiches that don't need to be in sandwiches. You can get a full roast in a sandwich. Want a curry? Why have a curry when you can put it in a sandwich? And it just stressed me out, like how inaccessible cheap, healthy food to go was. So many people would live by the meal deals, which you would get a sandwich, of course, a packet of crisps, and a can of Coke, and everyone just would get that as the standard, and that would stress me out because I quite like being healthy and I can't live like that. And you've got to get the crisp because the sandwich doesn't fill you up. Because it's a sandwich. Oh, I forgot my workplace also had a Greg's, which sold sandwiches. I miss Australian sushi. That was so good. Australia just has sushi everywhere. It's so accessible. And I do love the convenience of being able to go into a supermarket and grab a sandwich, but it just started to drive me wild how it was all anyone ate and all anyone could eat. And on top of that, back to the lifestyle thing, I just didn't have the time or the money to eat well. When you're working 9 to 6 and commuting 4 hours a day, you don't have time to like make a big proper meal at the end of the day. So I'd have to do all my cooking at the start of the week. It was just so stressful. And as soon as I got to LA, I did not touch Subway for the longest time. If I see a Subway now, I get angry. I just never want to eat Subway again. By the way, I know I'm getting mad at sandwiches, but that's because that was the healthiest option in a lot of places. Like you could get fast food, but I don't really like fast food. So my healthy option was sandwiches. My body doesn't like carbs. It just, I'm stressed. Anyway, and the final reason is social circles. So I need to be so clear that I am not talking about everyone I know in London. I am not talking about everyone I interact with on Twitter or who I took photos with in London, because I'm not trying to start drama. I'm not trying to spill tea. Essentially, if I still follow people on Twitter and I reply to them, they're chill. They're one of the good ones. I promise you that. But that's where like, okay. That's part of the issue, is that I found that so many people I would socialize with hated each other, but nobody said anything. Like I'd be hanging out with someone and they're telling me about how horrible, we're gonna call someone Billy, because I don't know a Billy. Jeremiah is telling me how awful Billy is and going on and on about how they're trash and they do this and this and this and this. And then 2 days later, Billy and Jeremiah are hanging out and taking photos as if it's completely normal. But people will do the shadiest things that I can't talk about because I'm not trying to cause drama, and everyone knows about it. And everyone's fine with it. They're not fine with it. They talk about it behind their backs and like, can you believe this person did this? I can't believe they do that. That's so unethical. That's so mean. That's so cruel. But then you see them at a party and they're your best friend. And trust me, I get it. I'm civil towards people I dislike. If I see someone I don't like at a party, I'll go up, I'll say hi, I'll hug them and be like, how you doing? Cool, great, little catch up. Done. I don't put an effort to socialize with that person for the rest of the party or the rest of the evening, the rest of the event, wherever we are. I'll be kind if we're standing in the same circle. I'm not gonna go to a party and be like, fuck you, I hate you guys so much. But I just don't go out of my way to befriend and promote people I dislike, which I just felt drunk the whole time I was there. I had one, this is annoying. The person this is about will know it's about them, but that's fine. I had a falling out with somebody where they tweeted about me publicly, like publicly shaming me or coming for me or whatever, and publicly supporting someone who was also coming for me. They said some awful, problematic things online. They said some pretty horrible things to me privately, like through various messaging services. They said awful things about me privately to other people, and then I see them at a party and they come up to me as if like nothing's happened. They're like, Fiona, what's going on? And I ignore them because I'm like, wow, you've caused me quite a bit of hurt and I just don't feel the need to be surrounded by that. If we're at a party with 1 million people, we can just not chat. And they kept pushing it. They were interrupting me with conversations with other people. When I said, no, I don't want to talk to you as clearly as I could, like literally with just words, I do not want to talk to you, they acted like I was the crazy one. They were like, why? Why not? What's going on? I'm like, you know why? You've read our messages. Can you please not speak to me? And they make this whole scene about it and tell other people like, oh, Fiona's not speaking to me. What? I just feel like I'm I just can't, like, this is like the weird thing, right? I'm saying it out loud and I'm like, am I the crazy one? Am I just meant to like stay friends with people who have said the most horrible things about me? Like, what? I just felt like I was drunk the whole time. I felt like I was the only sane one, and therefore I'm the crazy one. Because if you're the only one thinking a certain way, you're the crazy. I don't know. It was mightily stressful. And I need to point out, like, again, huge disclaimer. So many people are lovely. I have some amazing friends in London who I love to pieces and who aren't partaking in all this sort of weird social politics and who are friends with who they want to be friends with. And if they see someone they don't like at a party, they're nice and they're polite and they're civil, and then they don't feel the need to go further than that. There are so many people like that, but there are just also so many people who behave differently. I don't know if it's a subscribers thing, often it is, let's be real, or if it's because you've been friends with someone for so long, or if it's because, I don't know, maybe I'm blind. Maybe I don't see like the social political climate of the London scene. I don't know. Anyway. Your girl's riled up now. It's just weird. Like, it's so great now that I'm in LA, and if there's someone I don't like going to a party, I'll go up to the host and be like, hey, FYI, I don't like that person. And they either say, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know about that. I'll uninvite them if they learn information about them that makes them think that they're not a good person. Or they say, suck it up and be nice. And I'm like, cool, thank you. That's all I need to know. And then that person will also not be like overly kind to me and I think that I'm being rude if I'm not partaking in an entire evening of conversation with them. I just like, it's just, I'm so done. I want to be clear again that I love London, and London is always going to have a special place in my heart because it was such a significant part of my life for so long, and I do want to go back, but again, when I'm rich. I want to be back in London when I'm rich. Because London when you're poor is stressful. But there are so many things I love about London. I love the culture, I love being able to go to museums when you can actually afford a public transport to get to the museum. I love how close it is to Europe, again, when you can afford to get to Europe. And I love the amazing friends that I do have there and that I still talk to. I love that I got to kickstart my career with an amazing company. If you guys want a video about like the things I love about London, because there's a huge list of things that I love and I want to like promote. Just today we're feeling a little negative. We're feeling a little bit like a downer. Oh God, I miss the tube though. America has zero public transport. It is absolutely killing me. Anyway, for now I'm done with London, but I'll be back when I'm rich. What a sentence. What a way to live. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I put enough disclaimers about not everyone being an awful person there. And again, by now, when you're seeing this, I'm moving to Sydney, so look forward to the content I'm gonna make there. Look forward to the content I'm gonna make with my girlfriend who I'm moving in with in Sydney. What? Gonna have my best friend from high school around. Maybe I'll get him in a video. Liam, do you watch my videos? If you want to be in a video, let me know. Can we ramble some more? Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a like because I need your validation, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!